find food, this too can be accomplished by doing nothing. Like lions and tigers, they are carnivorous creatures, but a lion or a tiger is a warm-blooded animal, one that is capable of stalking its prey and one that has the endurance to run it down. With crocodilians, we are dealing with cold-blooded creatures that do not have the endurance to stalk its prey. And as far as running down a prey animal is concerned, one good look at the alligator will tell us it's not built to run. They have a heavy body and tail, and then short, stubby, comparatively weak legs. This does not mean they cannot run, however, as a 6-foot alligator could probably outrun a human for a short distance. But many of the animals they prey on can run faster than a human, so a crocodilian doesn't try. It does absolutely nothing. They rely on their ability to lay motionless and blend in with their surroundings. A crocodile will lay in the water submerged with just its eyes above the surface. Like this guy here is demonstrating, and for you guys over here, it's going to be like these three. However, that crocodile will then quietly sink underwater, swim over, and then grab whatever part of the animal it can get a hold of. If that prey animal is small enough, he'll just simply swallow it whole. Now if that prey animal is too large to be swallowed whole, let's say for like a deer, he'll drag it to the bottom to drown it. There he's going to dismember it at his own leisure. Now they're not restricted to this one method of catching prey. They can be effective on land as well. On land, they simply lay motionless, as you see them now, and again, do nothing, waiting for something to come close enough to just simply swing to the side and grab it. Now they're comparatively slow animals when it comes to running, but amazingly quick at striking. Possibly I can demonstrate to you just how fast they can move. While I'm at it, I'll demonstrate how to restrain an alligator. Now perhaps you've heard, you can hold a very large alligator's mouth shut with just a moderately strong pair of hands. I won't go so far as to say you can hold the world's largest alligator's mouth shut, but I can say the average person has sufficient strength in the hands to overpower the muscles that open the jaws of a 6 to 7 foot alligator. The only problem with this is that the alligator might not want to cooperate. He might not sit still long enough for you to reach down, grab his mouth and hold it shut. He might simply turn around and walk away, or twist and roll away from you. Now there are techniques for dealing with alligators I'll demonstrate, and who knows, someday you may be in Florida and think to yourself, wow, that alligator on the side of the road, I want to hold his mouth shut. Don't know what reason for, maybe you want to keep him as a pet, I don't know, that's your thing. But the first thing I will need is an alligator. And I'm guessing you guys all want me to get a big, mean alligator, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, there's a
Yeah, you guys are gonna watch me get outsmarted by an alligator. That's how you know I'm not very bright.
Oh, she just grabbed a stick and killed him.
No, they are not like that.
You know what I want? You are the one I want. Yes. Thank you. Okay. I have my volunteer.
Oh, your little friend.
I'm just gonna go for the walk.
What the heck?
So, the first thing you want to do when you get your volunteer is get on his back. There's one very important thing when getting on his back, and that's that you don't overshoot. I think you know why. But you then want to get your knees in his armpits and your feet turned inward behind his hind feet. This keeps the alligator from backing up from underneath you. There's also very many problems with that as well. You'll then want to get a grip of the alligator's jaws. You do this by placing your hands on his neck, sliding your hands up and over the jaws, forcing them shut as you go along. Then you immediately lean back with his head. Holding in this position keeps him from twisting or rolling, as that is the first thing he's going to attempt to do to free himself. Now you may notice I am going to occasionally cover his eyes. This seems to quiet the alligator. I was told if you cover an alligator's eyes, he won't move because he thinks he's dead. So I like to have some fun. I like to come up here and cover only one eye, you know. Now does he think he's half dead? And I think the reason for that is the brain is about the size of a walnut. You can picture a walnut, it's not very big, right? Yeah, that's about the size of my brain. But it's about 2 times the size. Sit. Sit. Look at that.
It's better than my
Call me
dog.
Dr. Doolittle. So while we're here, I would like to call your attention to a couple of other things about alligators. An alligator is an amphibious reptile, not an amphibian. An amphibian is a frog, toad, or salamander. They can spend a lot of their time in the water and some of that time underwater. They can hold their breath for several hours at a time. Now the length of time they can hold their breath depends on how warm or cold they are, and how active they are determines on how fast they burn up oxygen. Now these guys, they are well adapted to an aquatic lifestyle. I'll see if I can get him to open his mouth for a look at one adaptation here. Now, you guys in the front, you guys can probably see it best. You actually will probably notice.
He had really sharp.
You guys gotta, watch him for me, okay? Make sure I don't die. I don't know if I should trust you though.
We'll watch.
Now you'll probably notice you actually can't see down the alligator's throat. This is because the back of the tongue operates as a valve. So he can open his mouth underwater without taking in any water. So you'll never see down an alligator's throat, except when you catch him yawning, or if you're on the way down yourself. Don't take me your friends. You're not taking your friends. Thank you.
He's wagging his tail.
There are going to be equipped with valves that close when the animal submerges. Their eyes are going to be elevated on top of the skull. This permits the alligator to submerge with just its eyes open. Don't. You're a lot scarier.
He's coming. He's coming.
I can say sit to that one.
No.
Go back. Back to where you came from. Sit. Mid-diving show.
Might want one behind you. Watch one behind you.
Now their eyes, if you watch them open, you'll notice that they appear to roll. This is the secondary eyelid, also known as the nictitating membrane. This is like a pair of built-in diving goggles. Now their ears, they're also behind the eyes, and they too are equipped with valves. So as you see, these guys are very well adapted to an aquatic lifestyle. Now, comes one of the most important parts about alligator wrestling, and that's getting off the alligator. You know, it's very important to get on, but you need to find a way to get off as well. There's a few things you need to do. You want to cover his eyes, you know, make sure he's all nice and dead. Then you want to look around you, make sure none of his friends are coming to sneak up. Yeah, like that one. Now, make sure none of them are coming up. And then you want to jump. Jump in the correct direction. Yeah, don't go forward, go backwards. If you don't know the difference, I would learn. But, let's see what happens here now.
Oh God.
Okay, let's give Walter here a round of applause.
He's coming. Oh.
You know, I think he was just being polite. He wanted to get on the sand, but didn't want to get too close, you know? Let's hope. So, their teeth, they're going to be conical in shape, round and pointed. But due to this nature, a crocodilian cannot bite chunks off of something. Now, if that prey animal is too large to be swallowed whole, the croc will violently shake to tear it apart. If there are other equally hungry crocs and gators around, they too will get a hold of the animal, spin their bodies in the water, tearing off chunks of meat they can swallow whole. When we feed them here, the meat is cut up small enough to swallow. If we allow them to tear the food apart as they would in the wild, we'd see many injuries, as they do tend to get a bit careless. But I do just have a little meat here for you, and I'll show you all how we feed them.
That Cajun over there is just.
Now we try to feed them at every show.
They know what time it is.
It won't be too long before they associate me with food. Ultimately, it wouldn't be too long before I ended up as food. When I first started here, I told my boss I didn't want a bunch of crocs and gators thinking of me as food. So, we taught them to associate a bucket and a sound signal with food instead. Now the sound signal is me pounding on the bucket. Why don't we see what happens? They all know what time it is. Okay. Maybe I don't even need to. There you go. Now once they hear the sound, they should know dinner is served.
Jump
I
in!
hope you just missed.
Jump in the